the common mistress of Xi Jinping, Zhao Leji, and Shi Taifeng. Wang Lixia, Chairwoman of Inner Mongolia. How to face the inspection of the Central Commission for Discipline Inspection. Today is the first part. Hello, friends. Today is Friday, April 25th, 2025. Welcome to this episode of Inside View of China. At the beginning of the month, Shi Taifeng, the old Secretary of Inner Mongolia, suddenly replaced Li Ganjie as the head of the organization department. As of April 16, 2025, the fifth round of the Central Commission for Discipline Inspections, wherever the inspection team goes, there must be a collapse. And devastated. The bigger shock is that a few days ago, the current governor of Shanxi Province, Jin Xiangjun, was taken away at home in the middle of the night. And the day before yesterday, the former layout of the Inner Mongolia officialdom, Li Pengxin, the former minister of the organization department, was sentenced to death. Life imprisonment, important message after another has followed. Everywhere is a chilling atmosphere. It's like the boundless forest is falling. The endless patrols are rolling in. The inspection work of the inspection team is generally divided into 4 stages, which generally includes 4 stages: entry, mobilization, after the entry, and the mobilization begins. Next, it's the most stressful and handover phase. This is the most crucial stage of the inspection. These are not the key issues. The key is the object of the inspection, including Xi Jinping, the common mistress of Zhao Leji, Shi Taifeng, Wang Lixia, Chairwoman of Inner Mongolia. Autonomous region? Don't be surprised, the fine tradition of common wife. Today we are going to talk about this. Premium slut Wang Lixia, how she faced the inspection of the Central Commission for Discipline Inspection, and her relationship with Xi Jinping, Zhao Leji, and Shi Taifeng. Or a quadrangle relationship. Before the program officially begins, I still invite friends to watch the program, while don't forget to like, follow, and comment. Your active interaction. The weak voice that contributes to this column can spread farther. While driving, friends who want to listen to this video through a podcast, available on Apple Podcasts or Spotify Podcasts to search for Duwen, or Inside View of China to listen to it simultaneously. Meanwhile, I also welcome other bloggers or novelists to quote the real revelations of this video. There is only one request. Please indicate the source. Please indicate that the source is me, Duwen. Don't say quoting unknown sources, which is not interesting. Speaking of Chairperson Wang Lixia, I did 2 episodes last year about the costume queen of Inner Mongolia, the story of Chairperson Wang Lixia. In those 2 episodes, I was very restrained. I should say I hardly mentioned any of the widely spread content about Wang Lixia. I just quoted the facts, the government of Inner Mongolia. Autonomous region, the introduction of her former colleagues in the office. The Inner Mongolia News Network's footage, and a large number of indisputable news photos. Exclusive disclosure of Chairperson Wang Lixia's wardrobe and her daily outfit, and even multiple sets of high-end designer clothes, with different styles every day. Why is that? I didn't say it at that time. I'll make up for it now. Because according to the staff around Wang Lixia, there are 2 reasons. First, she rose to power by her body, and dressing up is a woman's nature. With power, she can maximize the expression of this nature. The second is that her queen mentality is at work, because she heard only the empress and emperor could change clothes every day, which means changing new clothes, which is a symbol of imperial power. Also because she once slept with Xi Jinping. That's why she's so perverted. It is said that it spends hundreds of millions of dollars on clothing every year. According to the news from Inner Mongolia, when the senior officials in Inner Mongolia heard the inspection team would cover Inner Mongolia again, they were terrified and extremely depressed. The former dignitaries and nobles all smiled, everywhere speak in a low voice and act low-key. They were trying to avoid the limelight. In particular, Ms. Wang Lixia, the chairperson of the autonomous region, she quickly instructed her secretary and driver, several male directors who were close to her, and some directors. Clean her up immediately. She is located in Hohhot, Inner Mongolia. Number 1. Jilechuan Street. the wardrobe in the private bedroom on the fourth floor. It is said that some high-end private customization, LV, Gucci, Chanel, Balenciaga, and other top brands in the latest ready-to-wear fashion of big brands, perfumes, black stockings, high heels, and so on, were hidden. Quickly put them away. The beauty salon team hides on the spot. Clothing consultant is temporarily on vacation. Meanwhile, and asks the Secretary General to increase the investigation check if there are any intense dissatisfaction. All possible whistleblowers must be eliminated in the bud. Meanwhile, the monitoring arrangement for the whistleblower phone and the special police isolation and guarding of the patrol team station have also been deployed. A suffocating drama is being staged on the grassland of Inner Mongolia. In officialdom, everyone knows it. During this round of inspection, the CCP political arena will be shaken again. There will be bloodshed. Under the silence, everyone is trembling with fear, are speculating who will be the unlucky one and scapegoat of this round. Someone must be caught. Everyone is thinking, all holding their breath and listening carefully. Who has been called to talk by the inspection team? Especially the Xincheng Hotel, the target of criticism. It can be said to be heavily guarded. The common people are not allowed to approach. If anyone approached, the Inner Mongolia Commission for Discipline Inspection stopped them, called to stop visiting. Some people advise Wang Lixia saying, "Chairperson, what are you afraid of? You have senior leaders to support you. What are you afraid of? Just be honest." Wang Lixia smiles bitterly. Oh, the key is that between the leaders there are conflicts behind them. The old leader specifically reminded me I must be extra careful and avoid the limelight. Don't look for trouble. Wait until the storm passes, right? It's not too late. Many friends still don't know our beautiful chairperson, Wang Lixia. This woman is not simple. Let me introduce her briefly. Wang Lixia is a typical technocrat from Jianping, Liaoning. It is said that she is Mongolian, but from her image, temperament, and character, no matter which aspect, I can't even tell she's Mongolian. But from her madness to suppress the Mongols and political stance of learning Mongolian, oops, 9 times out of 10, she's a fake Mongolian real communist. Even if he is a real Mongolian, that's also cheating. It's an absolute shame for Mongolians, who betrayed the interests and dignity of the Mongolian people. The biggest feature of this woman is slutty. Oh, she is a very famous slut in the CCP officialdom. She went from podium to officialdom, started with teaching economic statistics. Later, she seduced leaders by flirting with them. She climbed her way up. Touch means touching. Climb means climbing into the leader's bed. Roll is the role of sex, and fight means flirting. She gradually entered the power core circle. He is the kind of person who can both calculate and manipulate. In her early years, she taught and educated people at Xi'an Institute of Statistics. Later, he was noticed by leaders and quit teaching to enter politics and directly served as the deputy director of Shanxi and deputy director level. He started from here. When he was promoted to director when the digital performance craze was prevalent in China, he could accurately depict the upward curve of GDP and the enchanting curve of the body, and the fluctuating curve of political trends. At that time, Wang Lixia, a MILF, was very successful. It took her almost 2 years she successfully conquered the then secretary of the Shanxi Provincial Party Committee, Zhao Leji. With Zhao Leji's special promotion, she became the mayor and vice governor of Tongchuan. She rose rapidly, step by step. She is familiar with the water and soil of Shanxi politics and knew how to balance numbers and party principles. To keep the pace, he played it very well. During this period, there was a well-known rumor in the Inner Mongolia officialdom, almost known to everyone. It's said that this Wang Lixia is not only Zhao Leji's mistress when Xi Jinping returned to Shanxi to worship his ancestors. Zhao Leji actually put his pillowman, Wang Lixia, to Xi Jinping. During Xi Jinping's stay in Shanxi, Wang Lixia was killed by Zhao Leji was urgently transferred to Xi Jinping's reception team, and was responsible for being his interpreter. It is said that she attracted the attention of Xi Jinping first by her tone like a broadcaster. She was able to recite economic data of Shanxi like a computer, as accurate as a computer. Is this her housekeeping skill? At the same time, her delicate makeup, charming eyes, and decent clothing, and a very special perfume smell, are also key factors of his success. Wherever Xi Jinping goes, Wang Lixia is the docent, including Xi Jinping's secret visit Shi Zhongxun Memorial Hall in Fuping, Shanxi Province. To visit Shi Zhongxun's grave, it is said that she is also accompanied by Wang Lixia in 2016, before Zhao Leji was about to take a central position. In Shanxi, there were rumors flying around this Wang Lixia, who can't be suppressed, was transferred to Inner Mongolia, became a minority local female cadres in the minority areas. The so-called high-level strongwoman, Wang Lixia. She was not lacking in ambition. She was plain-looking. She relied on her ambition to be unrestrained and down-to-earth step-by-step progress. As a woman with ambition and a deputy provincial-level female cadre of Mongolian, it's false that she doesn't covet the position of president. She is the right age. But in the list of candidates for Mongolian president, she just can't make it. Because among the Mongolian female cadres, the oldest is Wu Lan, the deputy secretary of Hunan Provincial Party Committee. Wu Lan is a young female cadre from Inner Mongolia. Since the 40s of the 14th National Congress, she was already an alternate member of the Central Committee. She has been waiting for the position, has been waiting for it for a long time, but a central order transferred her from Inner Mongolia to Hunan. As a result, Wu Lan was transferred. A stronger opponent came, Bu Xiaolin. Bu Xiaolin. With her special relationship with the Shi family, after taking the position of president, she never wanted to give the throne to the Eastern Mongols again, and she's going to be her successor. Became Yun Guangzhong, who also has the surname Yun. Although Yun Guangzhong's father was an adopted child, Yun Guangzhong is not a real Yun family member. But he is a Yun after all. On the other hand, in Inner Mongolia, Wang Lixia is not idle first. She tried every means to preserve her youthful appearance, such as beauty and plastic surgery. I've done all kinds of breast augmentation and buttocks. Under the leadership of Chairperson Wang, female cadres at all levels in Inner Mongolia are a trend in cosmetic surgery media, especially those female cadres with power. Use public funds for cosmetic surgery and bodybuilding has become a common practice. And many others. If you pay attention, in the past few years among the female cadres who fell in Nemengu, we often see in the reports that using public funds for cosmetic surgery. Do this body beauty too, right? Haha, this plastic surgery. To be honest, this crooked trend is brought by our chairperson Wang. At that time, Xi Jinping reused Bu Xiaolin. Wang Lixia seized the opportunity and worked hard, and quickly filled the position of ordinary vice chairperson. Bu Xiaolin became the head of the United Front Work Department of the Standing Committee of the Autonomous Region Party Committee. As a female Mongolian deputy provincial official, she has become a member of the Standing Committee of the Provincial Party Committee. She is away from the chairperson's successor was actually only one step away, so she set her sights on the chairperson. Successful successor in the clouds. At that time, Yun Guangzhong was serving as a member of the party committee and the secretary of the Hohhot Municipal Party Committee. As we know, according to the tradition of Inner Mongolia, the president generally has to go through the position of the secretary of the Hohhot Municipal Party Committee. Many presidents were promoted directly from the position of were directly promoted to the position of president. So whoever holds this position, it was basically confirmed that he was the heir to Inner Mongolia. I remember it very clearly. At the end of 2018, an old comrade, who was also a second-generation Red, he went to the prison to visit our old friends. Several of us knew him. At that time, the old man told us that Bu Xiaolin was finished and would be released soon. Yun Guangzhong would replace him. Among us, there was a new inmate who was the head of a certain ministry or bureau whose name I won't mention. This person is still in prison. He immediately corrected the old man, saying, "Bro, your information is not accurate." Wang Lixia picked up Bu Xiaolin. Nothing in the clouds. The old man shook his head. It's impossible. This was what Comrade Guangzhong told me personally 2 days ago. A few days ago, the conversation with the organization department to be transferred to the Ministry of Justice as minister. He refused. Guangzhong said he told the organization department of the Central Committee he only wanted to stay and build his hometown and build Inner Mongolia, to take over the position of the president. The comrades from the local cadre bureau of the organization department also agreed. They agreed, saying it was no problem. The fallen director shook his head and continued. Wang Lixia takes over the chairpersonship. This matter was personally promised by the big leader. This is what Lixia told me herself. Everyone laughed, nodding and agreeing. Everyone knew what was going on. Then, after speaking, Wang Lixia. But back to the biggest obstacle in her career, Yun Guangzhong. Shortly after this big discussion, one day, a small police officer nicknamed Radio hurried in. I met an old boss in the clouds, he whispered into the old superior's ear, saying he heard that Secretary Guangzhong had an accident. Although he was whispering in his ear, but his voice was loud. We were in the same cell, in such a small cell, we heard it clearly. His family came over and asked me to ask you. And the question is, where could it be? After the old leader heard it, his face changed. Oh, really? About the radio? He just nodded. The old leader shook his head and took a deep breath, saying, oh, here we go. In my opinion, it's almost certain. It was his secretary who had a problem, and his 2 little fairies were targeted. It's not worth it. Tell Guangzhong's family to calm down. The water is very deep. His secretary was used by Guangzhong in Manjuli. In the dance troupe in Manjuli, he found a pair of sisters for Guangzhong. When Guangzhong was appointed as secretary in Erdos, I advised Guangzhong promote him locally to settle the accounts, to avoid being criticized later and cause trouble. But Guangzhong didn't listen. He sent the secretary to Ordos in advance. And he also arranged the 2 sisters to the Ordos song and dance troupe to warm the bed for Guangzhong. Such blatant behavior. It's hard not to get into trouble. The minister next to him sighed and said, tell the little police officer. He said, please tell the Guangzhong family. We are all familiar with this matter. It was done by Wang Lixia. She was looking for Secretary Zhao Leji of the Central Commission for Discipline Inspection. They are old friends. Their relationship is not as good as you think. If they were close, they would have already done it. Now, Guangzhong is about to take over as president. It's inevitable that something will happen. Don't struggle, just let it happen. The old secretary nodded. The radio police officer took the order and left. He told Guangzhong's family about the news. A few days later, Yung Guangzhong was investigated by the Central Commission for Discipline Inspection. The news was announced. Then the official announcement, Wang Lixia takes over as secretary of the Ho-Hot Municipal Party Committee. Shortly after that, Bu Xiaolin fainted while giving a report at the 2 sessions of the district, resigned on grounds of illness. Wang Lixia will successfully take over the chairpersonship in 2021. It is said that when Wang Lixia took over from Bu Xiaolin as the chairperson of the autonomous region, Xi Jinping followed the usual practice. He listened to the report of the organization department and sought Shi Taifeng's opinion. We don't know how to report to the organization department of the Central Committee? But what did Shi Taifeng say? We can still roughly understand. It is said that Shi Taifeng told Xi Jinping that Comrade Lixia, you know her, is reliable. What about her strong points? Is reliable. The downside is that sometimes it's a bit high profile and he doesn't know how to hide his edge. But with me here, it's not a big problem. Xi Jinping looked at Shi Taifeng and said, yes, but the most important thing is its reliability. As for the issue of sharp edges, now is the most critical period of the epidemic. We need such cadres who dare to fight and compete. You just need to give her more advice. So, Comrade Wang Lixia came naturally. She became the chairperson of Inner Mongolia Autonomous Region and became the female lord of the vast grassland. Those familiar with the Inner Mongolia officialdom know that don't look at Wang Lixia, she's just a chairperson. But at every meeting, in front of people, behind their backs, she has a lot to say. And she dares to speak and act. The reason is obvious. She has confidence. She is not only the most powerful female cadre, the most influential female official, but also in the Xi Jinping era, a technical cadre, a model for the conversion to high-level power. Her style is ostensibly approachable, but actually shrewd. Kind on stage, but tough behind the scenes. Despite her gentle smile and elegant dress, inside he's an extremely old political playmaker. She controls financial data. One hand stabilizes ethnic issues while showing loyalty to her superiors, while building a solid power network locally. Build her own stable power network. Wang Lixia's story is not a personal sex scandal, nor just a legend of a female official's rise. She is just a member of the Communist Party of China's power chain, a standard product destroyed, and a standard product built by transactions. Sex is a bargaining chip. Loyalty is a tool. Ambition is the driving. Force, corruption is the only way to survive. Xi Jinping, Zhao Leji, and Shi Taifeng, the intersection of power and sex is not an accidental phenomenon, but a tacit understanding within the centralized system. And interest exchange. The so-called intellectual storm. In their eyes is just a new round of power, reshuffle and reshuffle, and Wang Lixia is the bead of beauty on the top of the mountain, or a replacement lamb after the pawns are used up. The direction in the next stage will determine her survival in this game. So this absurd political drama has not come to an end. In the next episode, we'll continue to uncover the true power picture under this beauty filter, especially Shi Taifeng's manipulation, and the special emotional entanglement with Xi Jinping. Okay, friends, our program will end here today. We'll talk about tomorrow's story tomorrow. For more exciting content, see you tomorrow. Thank you all.